The average length of this is 9 minutes. Is it a snooze alarm, a work commute, or a family dinner? Mr. Gill walked into a Chick-fil-A asking for an application. Advice is so tricky, and there's one question to ask before you give advice, and proof you can have joy in any circumstance. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The number of the day is...
The average length of this is 9 minutes. It is your snooze alarm. And after hitting snooze, I don't feel any better. Those 9 minutes don't seem to make a difference, but I still hit snooze multiple times. So what has helped you get out of bed right away?
I was raised in a military home. My dad was not beneath flipping a bed over or water being dumped on us.
Does he make house calls? I could use that every day at 6 a.m.
There's no messing around there.
Giving help to a stranger, sharing with your neighbor, turning darkness into light, loving God and loving people right.
Before retirement, Ed built houses, schools, hospitals, and office buildings. But at 91 years old, there's one job he refuses to retire from: sewing quilts. They ride in police cars and ambulances to comfort frightened kids, wrap around children on reservations, and show up anywhere someone could use a little extra love. He's made hundreds of them and has never kept a single one for himself. Turns out the strongest thing Ed ever built wasn't made with wood or nails. It was stitched together, one quilt at a time. And that's how to love God and love people. What happened to your elbows? That was the unnerving question I got from my coworker the other day. I had no idea. I looked down. Oh, they're covered in bruises. Then I remembered what I had done over the weekend. I introduced my 8-year-old daughter, Hadessa, to one of the greatest childhood inventions ever, the slip and slide. I thought it was pretty self-explanatory, but my daughter goes, "Dad, what do I do?" And I go, "You slide, but you've got it. There's one specific way to do it." So I demonstrated. Hands out, head first, completely flat like a belly flop, but you're not flopping into water. It's just a piece of plastic on your grass. But then my daughter said to me, "Dad, I'm afraid to put my hands out. It's a vulnerable thing. You don't know how the landing is gonna go." That's what faith feels like. Fear tells you to stay safe. But when you trust Jesus enough to take that next step, even when it feels risky, you get peace and joy that only come from finding out he was holding you all along.
I hope this story makes you smile today.
Retirement isn't everyone's dream. For Mr. Gill, it lasted about 2 months. At 86 years old, he found himself with nowhere to go. So he walked into a Chick-fil-A and applied for a job. Not because he needed the paycheck, it's because he wanted people. So 5 days a week, Mr. Gill wiped tables, greeted strangers, and looked for people who seemed to be carrying something heavy. He says, "My real job is to be an encourager." But one week, Mr. Gill didn't show up for his job. He caught a cold and missed work for 3 days. And hundreds of customers started asking where Mr. Gill was. They weren't coming back for the chicken. They were coming back for the man who made them feel seen. Because you never know how many lives you're touching until you're not there. Many people are afraid to connect with God because if he really is the creator of the universe, why would he have time for you and me? Janet shared with me that she now knows that God is always listening. He's always waiting. And she goes, "Andy, I don't apologize anymore for my little prayers." I call them popcorn prayers, little popcorn prayers, just like real quick. She says it's just an ongoing chat about our day. And a popcorn prayer that maybe you can just pop right now to God. This could be your first prayer. How cool would that be? Talking to God. This could be your first moment to do that. Where you just say, "Hey God, thanks for getting me this avoid. Here's where I need you next." Everyone wants their kids to be resilient. Nobody knows how to make them resilient other than saying, "Be resilient." Parents who raise resilient kids let them experience rejection. If that's the case, then I need more resilience in my life too. If someone asks you for advice, do this before giving your own to level up your life. Ask what options they've already considered before suggesting your own. It lets you know how they've been thinking about the problem and will keep you from recommending something they've already ruled out.
You are awesome!
He survived a heart attack and made a promise to spend the rest of his life helping people in Haiti. Now more than 200,000 people drink clean water because of him. So Willis Miller,
You are awesome.
when Jesus told people, follow me, it wasn't just to get text updates or social media notifications. And if you get annoyed at them, you can just reply, stop. When he said, follow me, he meant stop what you're doing and come be my student for life. Trust me enough to go with me wherever I lead you. Watch me. Listen to me. Do what I tell you and model your life after my life. Social media is full of people posting the highlights of their life. And so when you don't match up to that, it can be kind of frustrating. It can make you feel like you're worthless. And that's what the Joy Scroll here is all about, just reminding you of finding the good things on social media, the things that remind you what really matters. This pastor and his family are singing the goodness of God while rain is pouring through their ceiling in a hurricane in Jamaica. You might hear a lot on my show about the difference between joy and happiness. Joy is not dependent on our circumstances, and that's it right there. Knowing that, yeah, my house is falling apart. I might not survive this hurricane, but God, you are still good because you're in control no matter what.
You are the goodness in my life.
It's your daily dose of goodness with Andy.
And some good advice next time someone cuts you off in traffic from God's word. A patient person has great understanding, but a quick-tempered person is foolish. I don't know if you struggle with this too. I'll admit I am a people pleaser, but if I go into a room and I just have this sense that somebody might not that they, just maybe that they don't love me, that they're just tolerating me, it makes me really anxious and nervous, and I'm trying to make them happy. I'm learning to try to avoid that a little bit more. This is what Elvis Presley's manager did. He wanted to make money off the people who weren't buying Elvis merchandise. Not everyone loved Elvis. And I think most people would say, well, I'm going to try to make them like Elvis. No, he decided to sell I Hate Elvis badges and make the most of it, right? And it looks like you've got a text from God. Don't boast in anything but the cross. That is where true life is found. Through it, you are no longer bound to the world. You belong to me. If you're having a hard time trying something new, sometimes you have to just kind of psych yourself up for it. Like, I'm going to do this. Yeah. Whether it's something big, like a big step of faith in your life, a new job, new career, new direction, or just trying something new to eat. Maybe this will encourage you. So back in the 1930s, the New York Times was talking about a peculiar trend that was coming out of California. They wrote, and I quote, "At first, the combination of beef with cheese and tomatoes, which sometimes are used, may seem bizarre. But if you reflect a bit, you'll understand the combination is sound gastronomically." What were they talking about? Cheeseburgers. 1938, the New York Times was perplexed by cheeseburgers. Everything new seems weird at first, but that shouldn't stop you from trying it.